Alright everyone, hello and welcome to episode 9 now of our Aurora Let's Play. We have a few new motions passed from the Senate. First of all, we have the Bethar's Expansion Act from the Imperial Trade Guild. As the colonization of the Emperor's New Groove comes to a conclusion, we find that further colonization efforts are necessary to expansion of industry and the betterment of the Empire. Recent discovery of mineral riches on Bethar's A3, which is right here, must be taken advantage of as fast as possible. Therefore, colonization of the system is necessary. To begin facilitating mining operations and colonization as soon as possible, the construction and placement of 4 London-class habitat stations should be placed in orbit of Bethar's A3. Colonization of Bethar's A1 is also necessary after the construction and placement of the habitat stations and mining infrastructure. Keeping with the theme of planetary naming thus far, the bill also proposes that the name of the Bethar system be renamed Emperor's Funk, and the future colony world of Bethar's A1 be renamed Funky Town. Alright, so some of that can be done immediately, some of that will take a little bit of work. So first of all, I can open the system, and I'm going to rename the system the Emperor's Funk. I'm going to rename the A1 planet Funky Town. Now, unfortunately, so that is the one with the decent colony cost, and then 3 was this one with just the absolute amazing it's all 0.1, so our mines are going to be very slow, but there's so much of everything. Unfortunately, it will be a while before I can get those habitats or a colony ship into the system, as first I'd have to go through Ciatric, which connects through to the Emperor's Groove over there, which means that's 2 jump points that I'll have to stabilize both sides of, as well as the Ciatric system has many jump points in it. So while we can begin laying foundation, there it is, from there to there. Also, that's quite a large travel, so we're going to need to work on ships that can get that far. I mean, like our science ships can get that far, but the tugs definitely won't be able to with their current engines and their current fuel. And I don't even know if colony ship might be able to if we refuel it from the Emperor's New Groove, which should be able to handle refueling about now. But that's going to be a while before we can get there. And then the jump points all the way up. So it's going to be a while before we can do this. But that is our next goal. We also passed the Servicemen Considerations Act, the Uniform Services Act, and the Crew Protection Act, which are the Servicemen Considerations Act from the Department of Knowledge and Power, and the Crew Protection Act from the Fermi Exploration Party. Both are geared mostly towards providing limits for deployment times and living conditions on board the ships, as some of the specific items in those 2 bills are slightly contradictory. According to a previously passed law of the Senate, the Emperor, that's me, shall have final say in any contradictions arising until such time as the Senate shall vote to make one more important than the other. We also passed the Uniform Services Act from the Transhumanist People Party, which is along the same grounds. Most of the acts in this Senate session were geared towards providing proper protections and quality of life for the troops on ships and the naval and the ground forces. If you wish to see a full outline of the actual acts and exact wordings, they are all available on the Discord. If you're not already a member, feel free to stop on by. There'll be a link to the Discord in the description below. If you are already a member, those are posted in the Past Motions channel, and they will remain there until such time as the Senate overturns them, if that ever happens. And feel free to take a look at them to get the exact wording. Alright, so we're going to start up. Some of those, because many of those laws require us to have limited deployment time, as well as I believe the Crew Protection Act requires all military ships to have X amount of defensive equipment as provided by our technology based on tonnage. There was a whole graph or something. We are going to have to do some reworking of our designs. For the sake of not coming to a complete stop, I will say that the ships already out there currently, the Paul Dirac and the Taylor Field, I will say that right now we will consider them grandfathered in. Eventually they will have to return to Earth for refuel and maintenance, at which point we'll probably keep them there so that they can be refitted. Anyway, they were good ships, but the Taylor Field class is not really designed to be, some of these are 3, 4, almost 5 jumps away from the nearest colony, or the nearest refueling station, or resupply station, or repair station. Actually, all the repair stations are still in Sol, and we only just got a refuel resupply up here. They were not designed to operate so far away from, any civilized space, so we're going to need to give them a new design. But for now, we'll let them finish up what they're doing, and when they come back, we'll keep them there. Let's double check on the, the Emperor's New Groove. We're still working on getting that maintenance capacity up. We're short a couple people. We are now able to refuel. We do now have maintenance supplies being constructed. We have some fuel available, but mostly what we're going to want to do, we do have some fuel refineries going, as per a previous law from the Senate. But the Sorium income is, which one? Sorium is coming from here at 0.2. It's not going to be able to keep up if we want to turn this into a major hub. So I think the next thing we're going to do, we need to start working on getting the Ceotric system secure. I do not want to stabilize that jump point. There are 4 other jump points. There are 3 other jump points in that system. I do not want to have it secure. I do not want to stabilize that until I can secure the system. In order to do that, the Emperor's New Groove is going to need to be able to be a viable military base, because I cannot have them going all the way back to Sol every time they need to refuel. That's not practical. So we need to finish building up the Emperor's New Groove, and then we can start working on Ceotric and stabilizing it. So that is where we're going to go. So, currently we're short about 3.5 million people, if we want to get that number up. Unfortunately, it's not as simple as adding 4 people, because most of them will be redirected up here for agriculture and services. Currently you can hold 26 million total. We're at 19, so I could just drop another 5 off, and that will probably cover most of it. So I'll do that for now, but what we really need to do is get that terraforming going. And I'd also like to get a Sorium harvester going around, was it? No, it was U, 8 million, no, it was in B. 6 million, which one were, there we go, that. I'd like to get a Sorium harvesting station, which we designed last episode. I'd like to get you in orbit around the Emperor's Group B6. And once that's in place, we can start shuttling that fuel back to the colony. That's going to be right here. We'll start shuttling it back to the colony, and that will cover our fuel. Once the maintenance workers get up, that will cover our maintenance supply, and then we can terraform and start building up the population. So that is going to be what we do today. In order for that, I will need, first of all, I want to grab my colony fleet, capable of carrying 600,000 people. So let's have you load colonists from Earth and drop them off on the Emperor's New Groove. Nope, sorry, do not load colonists there. Unload colonists there. Turn to Earth. Refuel. So that's 600,000. So if I do that 10 times, that's 6 million. It's at 19 million until 26. We're going to be cutting it close there, but I think that should be good for now. Unfortunately, the moment we start dropping off terraforming stations, all the workers are going to be redirected. So I wonder if it's worth it to create a terraforming ship or station that I can park in orbit, because I don't believe, if it's on a ship, I don't believe it requires workers. Only the ground-based terraforming things require workers. Do I even have the terraforming module? I don't. So as soon as those are done, I need to start working on my terraforming, right? Alright, so the colony ships will be bringing that there. Let's go to Earth. I would like you to construct another, it was the Proa class fuel harvester, I believe. I'd like you to get me another one. And it was for 3 years, I think we said. Fuel station. No, I want the actual design. Derp. Fuel harvesting station. 8 million a year. 20. Yeah, so 3 years to fill up. Is this one even? No. 1%. Okay, well that means it is working because I gave it 0%. So it is working. Alright, so when that's done, I'll have someone tug it into place around there. The people will be delivered there. That will be fuel and maintenance, and then I just need... once that's done, I'll start working on terraforming installations. We'll do that. We'll build up this as a naval port as well as a major colony, and then we can start expanding into the Citric system. Let's just make sure. What are you doing? You are in the Polani system, and you are in the Emperor's Funk. Conducting gravitational surveys. You're still conducting geological surveys of the asteroid belt, which is the Polani system, is one of the other ones from Citric, I believe. Alright, so let's let that run while we wait for things to be built so that we can start expanding just how far our empire can go. People are doing stuff. This is going really slow again. So while this is running, something I noticed between last episode and this episode, I have hit 50. Grenades and scrap the replacement vessel. Okay, fine. I have hit a 50 subscribers. I think 51 by now. I don't know why you stopped from that. 51 subscribers by now, I think. Which I have been told I am supposed to do some kind of special thing for milestones. So in the description of this video, I will put a couple ideas I've had, as well as anyone that has an idea that wasn't on the list, or that they saw it on the list and they would think that would be a good idea. You can leave a comment below and tell me what you think I should do for this milestone. Extreme pressure capabilities. Alright. Biology, I'll take you. You can only take 10, I still have 24. What am I going to do with the other 14? I can give 7 to Dr. Clark, but he's going to be done in a couple months anyway. That and that are going to be really important for getting those ships out to the more distant systems. What else do I want? And I'm going to go out to the distant systems. Several of the acts required a auxiliary control, which provides the position of executive officer, which I think is being reflavored by some of these acts into various RP mechanics, because you can't actually add a you can't just add positions as you see fit, only if you have a component on there, and they only provide specific positions, so we're just renaming one of them. So we have 14, you can only take 10, so I still have 4 left, so I guess you are getting some after all. Alright, so as I was saying, so some of those ideas for a milestone might be, some of them are stuff like, oh, well, that was lame. Maybe a non-Sol playthrough. It probably wouldn't be RP. It would just be me playing, because managing 2 ongoing RPs at the same time would just be a nightmare. So it'd just be a regular playthrough, but it'd be a non-Sol start, meaning we'd be, I'm not sure if we'd be humans or aliens, but we would not be starting in the solar system. We'd be starting in a randomly generated system, randomly generated planets. I would Space Master in at least just to make sure that we have a home planet with resources and at least one other planet, just because, I mean, you guys saw what happened at the beginning of this playthrough. We had nothing, and it was a nightmare. So I would Space Master, especially on a randomly generated system. It's important to make sure that you're not basically just setting yourself up to fail, but I would do that. It'd be a non-Sol start. Other options include I'd like to stay in the same genre of games. Maybe Rimworld is a longtime favorite of mine, and I believe I've seen other people on the Discord have been playing it as well. And while I don't think I can handle an RP, it would be interesting to see if we can make it somewhat interactive. Probably not to the same extent this is, but it would be interesting at least. And I think I've seen other people playing it on the channel, so I assume it's a popular game. Third is that earlier this morning, Epic Games released Galactic Civilizations 3, I think was the game they gave away free this morning. I have never played that game, but from what I know about it, it's similar in genre at least to this kind of stuff, so maybe we could do that. Or if anyone has a different idea of something you think I should do as a special episode, or the beginning of a new series, depending on how it goes for this milestone, let me know. So leave your comments below. Tell me if there's something you'd like to see, if one of the things I mentioned sounds interesting, if you have a different idea I didn't mention, let me know what you think, and we'll put that into the list of things that need to get done. People are being promoted, people are getting medals. In August, I think the new engine type is finished from Dr. Clark. Someone's retired. Those ships are doing things. Dr. Clark has completed magnetic confinement fusion. Thank you, Dr. Clark. So I think now is a good time to... I'll stop there. I don't want to go so far ahead, especially since I think the other items I was using are still ion? I think I'm still using ion. So there's no point going for inertial confinement. Although, just for curiosity's sake, how long would that take you? 9 more years. Yep, that matches up. Alright, so I'm not going to do that. Jump drive efficiency will be important. At some point, I'd like to be able to get jump freighters and jump colony ships so they don't have to stabilize every single jump point. That provides a little bit more security for our systems, as obviously in the core systems we'll want to stabilize them, but for instance from getting from here to the Emperor's Funk system, a jump drive would actually be very useful, because then I don't have to worry about letting other people in unknowingly. So that is useful. That would only take you a few years. But I want to leave that there, and once we're ready, we'll start... Once we have that, and we have some designs for our new ships, we can take advantage of the much, much stronger engines and much better fuel efficiency, and create ships that can go much farther, much faster, with less fuel, which means that they'll be able to stay out there and maybe reach some of the more distant systems, the Rim systems. Rimworld happens again. Be surprised how often these kind of things, these games with similar genres, one ends up looking very similar to the other. Okay, so let's let that go. Colony fleet is loading people up. The civilians are doing something. Honestly, I never know what you guys are doing. The Kane Mitchells has discovered a new jump point in Emperor's Funk. Here we go. Jump point 2, unexpected. So it comes from the Seatrix system, which itself comes from the Emperor's New Groove system, and it leads out to at least one other. Survey location 14. Okay, so it leads to at least one other system. I'd prefer this to be a dead end, if I'm going to be honest, as it makes it easier to secure, and I wouldn't have to worry so much about stabilizing that jump point, because nothing could... If there's nowhere to get in, then stabilizing that jump point doesn't worry me. But I suppose we can't have everything. Alright, good job, Captain Kane, or Captain Mitchells. Production of fuel harvester has finished on Earth, so let's jump back to Sol. Oh my god, the civilians are doing so many things. Let's find our tug. You do not have any... Alright, so let's move you to Earth, refuel, grab the Proa 2, jump to the new groove. This is going to be... Question is, does it have enough fuel? Because once it latches on to that station, its speed is going to go way down, its fuel consumption is going to go way up. And it was B6, I believe. Release it there. That's 2.5 billion kilometers. The question is, does it have on a full tank, does it have enough fuel to get there? That's another thing that could use a much stronger engine is the tugs, because I'm going to have larger and larger stations, especially if I want to do like a deep space habitat station or outpost for my navy. I'm going to need massive stations, and I'm going to need tugs to get them there. So it is what it is. Hopefully you have enough fuel just to get it to the one ship. You came out there. Right. There's range points leading to the thing, so you can just jump back and forth. It was B6, yes? Let me just double check that. B6, yeah. 56, almost 57 million at 0.4. So let's let that happen. Tug, now that you're not carrying anything, why don't you just go chill by the thing? Because you're commercial, you don't need to be maintained. Oh, that didn't take a lot of fuel at all. Oh right, the Proa stations are very small, comparatively. Alright, how's the people coming? 42,000, it should, at maximum capacity, it should go up to 50,000. Now, in the meantime, let's make sure those ships that are being maintained aren't broken. Who's in the new groove? You are doing fine. Huh. So it's not able to maintain all of it, but it still says it's maintaining... where is it? So it says it's maintaining 48,000, and it can only hold 42,000. I don't actually know how that works. Does it? So is there now only 6,000 that's being, I guess, like unmaintained, and so much less stuff is breaking, or is it just like, nope, that's not enough, we're not doing anything? Or does it say, you know, like, technically that's two different ships, so does it say, well, one ship can be maintained and one can't? I don't actually know how the math works there. Like, does it just say, nope, that's smaller than that, you get nothing? Do I get some things? Can I maintain part of a ship? I don't actually know the math for maintenance. I've never looked into the actual, like, coding of the game. I'm sure it's online on the game forum somewhere, but I've never checked it. Huh. Maintenance supplies available, 0. Didn't you just have... Oh, right, I stopped that because I don't have enough resources. It was Galacite that it needs, I think. It was either yeah, it was Galacite, I think. I could get mines there, but I don't have enough people. I could transfer some automated mines to the new groove and start mining that Galacite and Duranium. I think I will do that. I have 209. Let's say I move 100 over to the new groove just to pick up that Galacite. I mean, 6 million Galacite's not a whole lot, but if really all I'm doing is, definitely at the moment, creating maintenance supplies, that's plenty. And Duranium is always useful for so many things. And I guess, 22 million, 22.5 million, I'm not going to say no. So let's go grab my cargo fleet. Each one can hold 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Each one can hold 25. The whole fleet can hold 25 mines. So you're going to go to Earth. You're going to load up 25 automated mines. You're going to go to the new groove, and you're going to unload 25 mines. And you're going to go to Earth, and you're going to do again. That's 50. And then at Earth, after you do half of it, refuel, and then do the whole thing a second time for 100. And that should be 100 mines, automated mines. I did tell you to pick up automated, right? I did that. I made that. Okay, good. I made that mistake in a different game once where I told it to pick up the wrong thing. And I'm like, wait, why is nothing working? Okay, so let's let that happen. Okay, you've arrived at the planet. Great. The civilians are doing more stuff. Wait, why are you loading colonists? Where are you bringing them? I guess maybe people live there and want to go back to Earth. They're like, no, we don't like it here. It's a frozen rock of ice, and it's awful. Get us out. Colony ship. Replacement by a newer vessel. C8. Alright. I don't know why it stops me for civilian ships. Haladirak has discovered a new jump point in Polani. So you finished surveying all this stuff. What do I have in the planets? M4. 4. M4 with a 0.2 cup. Oh god. There's no way that's not a home world. I mean, it doesn't have every... No, if it's a home world, it'd have everything. But it's only 2 colony cost. With 2.2 billion max population. Pressure's the same, temperature's a little bit warm, gravity's almost perfect. Let's see. Ooh. There's a lot of pneumonia and methane in the air. I'd want to remove that. Get rid of the ammonia, methane, add some oxygen, add some gas to cool down the surface a little bit, because 75 degrees is awfully warm. Cool down the surface a little bit. I mean, base temp is 6. That's fine on its own. Yeah, so this could be a great planet to colonize. We have a Venusian atmosphere with some more stuff. We have a dwarf planet. We have moons with quite a little, several million on that moon, million on that moon, and there, a couple million there, a couple million there, lots of Saurian there. Missed that dwarf planet, or asteroid. It's probably too far away. It didn't register in the automatic, or in the automated orders, but it's a dwarf planet, whatever. Huh. And around B, oh, you missed the entire B sphere, B star. Why are you already doing grab surveys? Whatever. So I know that the Senate voted our next colony should be in Bethars, and we will probably get to that eventually. But Palani also comes off of Ciatric, so if we secure Ciatric, we could get Bethars and Palani. But I guess the Senate is going to have to decide which system they would prefer to focus on first, because they both come off of Ciatric, Empress Funk and Palani. So we definitely need to secure this system ASAP, which means that you need to expand your capacity. I need to get you more people, and I need to get you I need to get you terraforming, which means I need to build terraforming stations or terraforming installations, because I don't. Yeah, I'm not going to do stations. Let's give you. They're not expensive. They do take a little bit of time to build, but they're not terribly expensive. It's just the workers. If I don't know what the order of priority is for ground workers within maintenance or manufacturing, but terraforming is one of them. I'm not sure where it goes on the list. I don't think I can change the priority. But yeah, I don't think I can change the priority. But it's definitely going to take away from the maintenance facilities, so that's unfortunate. So maybe I should just do 30 for now. If it takes longer, it takes longer. You know, it is what it is. 3 years. 2 years. Alright, so let's let that go for 2 years. Alright, so let's let that go for 2 years. Use a new jump point. Palani. Oh, it's because it's 260 billion kilometers away is the second. Oh my. Oh, okay. Is there a Lagrange point around there? Lagrange point 1. Is there a Lagrange point around here? There is not. So I'm not going there until I can get a Lagrange point stabilized. Can my ships even get that far? What's the range of the Taylor class? 300. So it can get there. It cannot get back. Okay, so that star's... We're not touching that star. It's going to sit there and not do anything. Oh my god, 250 billion kilometers. That's basically like... for all intents and purposes, it should be its own system. Okay, I know it's not, because 250 billion kilometers is nothing in terms of astronomical distances, but still, that's very far away. I'm not touching that system, that star, for a while. Alright, let's get that terraforming going. Loyal servant, time increment, something's happened, people are doing stuff, medals awarded. The DS Paul Derrick has discovered another jump point. The civilians are doing more stuff. Auxiliary control, lovely. Merrigan, I guess. Merrigan, can you please grab me? I'll need to increase my EM sensitivity if I want. Yeah. Especially since I believe one of the designs for the next class of science ships requires an upgrade to our EM sensors. Again, I don't care that the civilians are doing stuff. I mean, I care that they're doing stuff, I guess, but you don't need to tell me that they scrapped a ship. That does not require my immediate attention. Cargo fleet has finished orders, so you should have 100 automated mines, and we're going to grab away that galacite and uranium. So let's see. Is that enough for me to turn that back on? hopefully it is. Darnell Avogadro has done something. Colony Fleet, where you were still missing 1 million people. So close. But yeah, see, Spaceport took 1 million, construction, refinery. As soon as I slap terraforming in there, ooh, it's going to grab so much. Ugh. Oh, they're dropping off more infrastructure, I guess. I can do another 6 million people. I think I will, because I'm going to need them when I get to the terraforming. So let's head back to my colony fleet. You're going to grab people, and you're going to go there, and then you're going to unload, and then you're going to go back to Earth, and then you're going to refuel, and you're going to do that 10 times total, and that's going to be another 6 million people. I was about to check something, and then I forgot what it was going to be. Don't you hate it when that happens? We're looking at another 1.5 years about. So we're looking at that for that. I was going to do something, and then I totally forgot what I was going to do. I hate it when that happens. No. You walk into a room, and you're like, I was going to do something in here. And 2 seconds ago, when I was on the other side of that doorway, I knew what it was that I was going to do. And then I walked through the doorway, and I just magically forgot. Maybe we're all in the game of Sims, and someone deleted our action. Nope. Deposits of something have been unearthed. Taylor Field, Captain Kane Mitchell's discovered a new jump point at Empress Funk. That's what I was going to check, because I don't believe... Yeah, the Taylor Field does not have an acting captain. No, Fleet Commander, no Fleet Commander. Okay, so the survey needs to be restocked. So let's go, survey, Commander, Science Officer. So neither of them have science officers. Born leader, science fiction buff, and adventurous. With 20% survey. Okay, Commander Sjored van Gennep. You are hereby assigned as a science officer aboard the Taylor Field under Captain Mitchell's. Stassi Peralt, risk taker, skilled orator, partisan, decisive, with 20% survey and 30% terraforming. You would be a great to put on a terraforming station, actually. But again, I don't have the technology that. Congratulations, Commander Peralt. You are assigned to be the science officer aboard the TSS Paul Dirac. Okay. Captain Olaf von Goldblum is lazy, but he's methodical. I'm not sure how those two go together, but, you know, the captain of the science ship's probably not going to be doing a significant amount of... maybe he will. I'm not sure how those two go together. Mathematician, religious patient. Much better. You, Captain Farzad, but nope. Captain Farzad. You are hereby assigned command of the Paul Dirac. Naval admin commands. Let's see. I need line captain for those two. Sabine Frey. Observant, delusional. Wargame, inconsiderate, atheist, organized. You're organized. I don't care if you're an atheist or not. I could care less about your religious beliefs for this position. You're organized, but you're inconsiderate. Organized, but inconsiderate. I think organized trumps inconsiderate in this position. You are assigned to the Paul Dirac. Sabine is observant, delusional. The only question is, to what degree? Delusional, like they believe the moon landing was faked delusional, or delusional like... I mean, to what degree? You're observant and methodical. You're delusional. Oh, look at those stats. You're observant and methodical, but you're delusional. I don't know what I think about that, but I'm going to give it to you. I guess I will rely on Captain Mitchell's to tell me if you are absolutely out of your mind. Chief of Staff for the Survey Command needs to be a Rear Admiral. You are currently Administrative Command for the DSS, but you are the wrong rank, so you are going to be assigned to that. And I'll grab a Vice Admiral. Matilde Chenault. Unkempt, resentful, uncaring. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. The amount of micromanaging that goes into just to get your bonuses stacked. Evelyn. There. I don't know how to pronounce that. You are hereby promoted. You can take Chief of Staff. And Vice Admiral Evelyn. You are a born leader and you're self-confident. You may take Survey Command. Then I need a commander for the Deep Space Department. Or a Commodore for the Deep Space Department. Williams Egeman, you are honest. Vegetarian. Apparently that's supposed to matter. I don't know. Okay, so now that that's all done. Now that those bonuses are nice and stacked. Just in time for me to not use them as I return the ships to Earth. Honestly, this is one of my least favorite parts about the game. Like, it is awesome that you can manually assign people to every position so that you can custom pick who you want doing what based on their specific skills. And it's a really awesome idea, but sometimes the micromanagement is just... Then again, all of the games I like to play, you know, this game, Rimworld, Galactic Civilization, all of those games are Stellaris. It's all just micromanagement. I don't know why I do this to myself. I really don't. Clearly, I just like punishing myself with mind-numbing micromanagement. Construction, factories is finished, research is finished into terraforming, right? Wonderful. Can you maybe get me some more terraforming, right, please? And I now have 1,000 construction facilities. I have 200 there. That's fine for now. I'm not doing anything. Venus is mining away as normal. I still have 35 years to go on that. Yep, I ran out of sodium there, but I've got 14,000 in stock. I've got 260 million liters of fuel, and of course I've got 24 being produced on that station, which I should probably, whoops, wrong button, probably send someone to go get soon. How are you doing? 63%. Which reminds me, you are the Groove fuel station, because you are in the new Groove system, or the Emperor's Groove. So you are orbiting Emperor's Groove B6. Your fuel has gone up. You are 63. I should probably design a tanker to go get the fuel there. So I'm going to do that real quick. Because it's a civilian ship and it's not going to be super large, I'm not going to cut it out. I'll just do it here real quick. It shouldn't take too long. As I mentioned previously, I will Space Master the new engine in just because, like, I get it, you know, you have to draw up a blueprint, but then you have to send it off to your engineers, and they have to build a prototype, they have to make sure it works, there's going to be kinks they need to iron out, but on a YouTube playthrough, it feels like a little bit of a waste of time, especially if the engine doesn't work. Like, the ground forces, I don't mind, but ship components, especially if I might have to be like, oh, it's 100 tons too large, and then I have to go do an entire new research just to shrink the thing by 100. In my regular playthroughs, I do that, but for a YouTube series, it's going to waste some time. So I'm not going to do that. Oh, how's the... Alright, we're going to let you finish, and then we're going to design that engine for the new fuel harvester. Not fuel harvester, for the tanker. Okay, cool. That was during Mel, and now you have 26. Can you work on that for me? This might as well grab it, it's the last one, and then our missiles will be really good. Also, we could make fast attack crafts with that. Okay, so we're going to design the engine. How much do I have to work with here? You are all taken. So I am going to go and have another... You know what? Why don't I have like a good 3 built so that I have room to work with? Okay, so since I don't have an open one, I'm just going to design it to however large it is, and we'll work from there. I will try to keep it at a normal size. But since I'm not under size constraint, let's go to engines. It's going to be magnetic confinement. My maximum size is currently 100. If I do that, I'm still getting 625 engine power. Just under 2 liters per an hour. And since this is primarily my fuel tanker and it needs to transport fuel from place to place, I would like it to not have to, use a lot of that fuel getting there. And multiple larger engines, while maybe not as power efficient, are usually more fuel efficient than one, more powerful engine. So maybe make it, look at that, giving another 5% almost doubles the amount of fuel use, which is insane. But I mean, that's so small. That's still very small, things considered. So I'll bump it up to 30%, and this is going to be the commercial magnetic confinement fusion drive. We're just going to instant it. And then we're going to plug it into a ship. And this is going to be a tanker. New ship class. It's going to be a tanker. I probably should have clicked that last, because now it's going to stop that. So let's see. So you need fuel storage. The station can hold 24 million. I'd like, if possible, for this tanker to be able to take all of it. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Give it that. 3, 4. Although I should probably actually give it more, because it needs to have fuel to begin with. So it's going to have some fuel already on board when it takes that 24. So I'll just give it 30 million. Oh, that's actually very small. Huh. I was expecting that to be a lot bigger. So we're going to give it 30 million liters of fuel. It can completely empty the station. And then we're going to give it... Where is my engine? And my commercial magnetic confinement fusion. I'm going to give it 2 of those. We're going to give it 3 of those. Deployment time doesn't matter. It does need one of those. Tractor beam, missile launcher, service central, engineering engine, diplomacy, commercial. Let's give it a commercial damage. Should I increase the armor? If I increase the armor, then it could function as a military tanker as well. It could go in. Well, not necessarily military. It's probably not going to work with an active fleet, but I wouldn't mind as much sending it out into, like, an unsecured location to refuel a fleet that's out on operations. If I'm going to do that, I should probably give it its own jump drive. Nah, so this is just going to be internal only, colony to colony, and station to station, or station to colony, and any fleets or stuff that are inside. So let's just make sure we're not forgetting anything. Ceramic composite, a bridge, damage control. Alright, everything looks good. And that's 50,000 tons, so I need to... Nope, I didn't set a name for the tanker. A tenth of that is going to be, or 10%, going to be 3 million. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 million. Name is going to be, it brings fuel. Again, dinosaurs? Nah. You know what? We're going to go just Empire, because we are an empire. And also, that's what, you know, usually, I think this was British ships during World War II. British freighters were Empire. So this is going to be the Empire Bell class. And you're going to take from Empire ships. Where's E? So, you know, A, we're an Empire. B, they're freighters. They do that. Okay, now that's good. I can turn that off. So once the first one is done, we'll set it to 50,000, and then we'll be good to do that. In the meantime, let's get that colony fleet out, drop more off. You guys are loading and unloading infrastructure. I don't know where you're getting it from. Do you, like, can you just create infrastructure? Is that the thing you can do? Nope, I'm not paying for that. Soaring have been exhausted on the... Wait, what moon was that? Was that here? I hope not. Well, it's not as big a deal now that we have the fuel station up and running. Gravitational survey is completed in Emperor's Funk. So just the 2 things, I guess? Alright, cool. Taylor Field. Stand down. Captain Mitchells, you may return to Earth. You have been out there too long, my friend. Too long. Please return to Earth and enjoy a well-deserved shore leave. Honestly, you'll probably be here for a while, as we will be outfitting a new generation of science ships in all likelihood before we send anyone back out, because the distances involved are just ridiculous at this point. So we'll probably need a new generation of ships. With any luck, you will be able to take out the new generations. But for now, return to Earth. There you go. Just please don't get shot down by something in the meantime. It'd be so awful if it just is destroyed. Hey, maybe if I can't see the missiles coming, the game won't register them and I don't die. You can't get shot down by a missile if you can't see the missiles. Okay, the Taylor Field has arrived at Sol and is orbiting Earth. Why don't you begin Your maintenance is only at 6 months, but if you're going to be here for a while, why don't we have you begin an overhaul? Alright, Captain Mitchell's, you and your crew enjoy your shore leave. How's that terraforming coming? Cool. And the shipyard's done, so at least one of you needs to go to 50,000. The other one, I'll probably bump it up to some of the larger numbers in case I ever need it. And if it ends up being more than I need, well, you know, it's not a huge deal if I end up wasting a little bit. How's the Paul Dirac doing? You are still grav survey. When you're done, you can come back as well. Right, so the terraforming is almost done. So let's grab my cargo fleet. Go to Earth, load as many terraforming installations as you can. Go to the new groove, unload them, head to Earth, refuel, and just do that until you run out. Because I don't know exactly how large a terraforming station is, so I don't know how many you carry at once, but just do that until you run out. And now on Earth, terraforming stations, 24. Why do we only have 24 of them? Didn't I build? Right, I brought it down to 30, not 50. Cool. How are you doing? You have enough people finally. Yes, it's at 50,000, which means that where that should, in theory, stop going down. And that should stop going up. So you can just stay there indefinitely now, in theory. So let's give the colony fleet time to bring that over to New Groove. We'll see exactly how that impacts the maintenance facilities in terms of how many people they have, and then that will end there. Stop telling me that they've scrapped a civilian ship. I don't care. Commercial shipyard is completed at Earth. Cool. I've got 2 of those. I guess just in preparation, I'll make them both 75,000 as well, just so that I'm probably not going to have many ships that are significantly less than 75,000, and at least that way, if I need it to be like 150,000, it's not starting from scratch. In the meantime, fuel storage is more than 90% complete. It's full. Yeah, it probably is. How is that first? It's going to take you a while to get to 50,000. I could just retool you. I'm probably not going to need another one anytime soon, and then when you're done, I'll just replace you. So you retool to the Empire Bell class, please. That will take you about a year. Cool. Let's get the cargo fleet going, and when you're done, we'll stop there once we see what we've done to the workforce on New Groove. Colony fleet has completed orders. You're now at 32 million, and you're already short workers, and you only have 10 people. Absolutely wonderful. This is amazing. This is perfect. This is not. So you come just under construction, which means you're going to start taking away from refinery and maintenance. Ew. Lovely. How fast can you terraform? You can terraform at 0.002 atmospheres every year. I need to get, honestly, there's enough oxygen in the air that I can breathe it. The problem is that it's too high percentage. So honestly, I just need to what's the temperature? I can just start pumping in that, because as that goes up, there's enough oxygen pressure. It's that it's all oxygen, so that won't go down. As soon as that goes up, the percentage of oxygen will go down. As soon as it falls below 30%, it'll be safe to breathe, which will immediately take that away. At the same time, I'll be raising the temperature. So why don't I put you at current surface temperature is minus 140. Let's try point. I know this works very quickly. Let's try it at like 0.2 atmospheres of Aestusium, I think is how you pronounce it. And we'll see what that goes from there. Of course, once that happens and starts melting the ice, I'm going to want to remove some to bring that down. As long as that's over 20, I think it's good. Water available as long as it's over 20. And I'm pretty sure if I reduce that, then the maximum population goes up, because there's more land to live on. Okay, but right now we're just raising the temperature and thickening the atmosphere and bringing the oxygen all at once, which is actually really useful. I still don't know if that's a problem. Right now it says it's not. I don't know if that's because it's frozen, though. Once the temperature goes up, maybe it thaws and becomes a problem. I don't know exactly. I don't know what the maximum safe levels of carbon dioxide is. Let's finish bringing over those. Yep, your fuel is full. Let's finish bringing those terraforming stations over. We are already a third of the way done, because that was 10 and we only have 30 to bring over. Production of terraforming complete. Great. Let's just get there's the cargo fleet. Let's just get you on and back. Civilians doing stuff. There's the cargo fleet. You go and do whatever. Okay. Unable to. Okay, that means wrong button. That means you brought all of it. Cargo fleet, movement orders, remove all, stop the cycle, and there should be 30 on New Groove, and you are now short 6 million people, and that, of course, has gone way down because we're terraforming. Unfortunately, once the terraforming is finished, that number doesn't actually go down. I'd have to actually remove the terraforming station facilities to get that number to go away, because even if I'm not using them, apparently people still work there. However, we can now do it at 0.005 atmospheres a year. So, I guess now we just let that run. I'm going to end the video there. We have begun the terraforming of the New Groove. Once that's done, we can start shipping in a ridiculous amount of people, because we still have 100 million people just doing nothing on Earth. Wow. Apparently, there's a real job shortage. And I'm officially losing racial wealth now, so I'll probably want to address that as well. But I have plenty of people just sitting around doing nothing, so as soon as I can put them here, I will. We're going to just let that run, and most of the problems should be solved all at once from that. So next episode, we're going to let the terraforming run and work on probably some new designs, because it's high time we overhaul all of our ship designs. We are several engine levels ahead, several technologies, and really almost every area ahead. There's no reason that we should be using such outdated ships. So once we get to that, that'll probably be next time. Until then, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you did. Leave a like. Leave comments. Tell me if there's something that you wish I did, or that you didn't see, or that I should be doing, or that I did wrong, because despite all the hours I put into this game, there's still things that I don't know about it. And again, let me know in the description, in the comments, what you think I should do for a 50 subscriber special. A different game series, a new playthrough of this, and a non-Sol start, or if there's something I didn't mention that you think would be fun to watch, let me know. I'll keep an eye out, and we can put that on the production line and get to it eventually. Until then, thanks for watching.